All right, guys, welcome back to Expand with Omar. It's been a couple weeks since we've filmed, and I'm excited to get this thing rolling. It's been 5 months, but the previous podcast we shot was awesome. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about the last couple weeks, about the challenges and the issues that we've been facing as a real estate investor, flipper, business owner, all the above, and going to talk to you guys about the last couple days of Wealthcon, how much it impacted me, and I hope it's going to impact you too. You know, we got about 4 to 5 vacancies right now currently, which sucks, but again, it's part of the business and it's something that you just have to go through. So anybody that wants rental properties and you're going to go spend $50,000, $60,000 on, and you're going to try to get that $300 or $400 cash flow, trust me when I tell you this. Go flip the house, go wholesale the house, go create that higher dollar amount for your bank account, for you. I don't care if it's 20 or 30K, because think about this. If you're cash flowing $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. Times that by 10, that's $60,000 that you might make, right, in 10 years, just on cash flow. Yes, you'll have the depreciation. Yes, you're going to have the principal pay down. But what if you have to replace an AC? What if you have to do this? So it prolongs your life there a little bit longer. And I've been realizing this, and that's why I'm selling this one, because I can take the equity out of these properties and go buy something more that'll triple or quadruple the amount of cash flow I have. And hopefully it's a stronger, nicer, and in a better location type of investment. So that's kind of what I've been looking at. And, I just wanted to share that with you all. And yeah, it's a crazy time right now. It really, really is. And if you're a realtor out there, keep on the phones. Something's coming. Just don't quit, because I will tell you, if you quit, then you threw in that towel. And if you want a job, I'm always hiring. So that's something that that I'll share with you there. But let's get into something different now. The reason I go to events, and the reason everyone should go to events. We just came back from Wealthcon, which is Ryan Pineda's 2-day, 3-day, conference or event, and it was phenomenal. The speaker lineup was great, but more importantly, the people that are around this type of conference. The caliber of people, the ability to see that people want to grow. And there's something that I will always tell you, and I've always said it, proximity is power. And when you're in different rooms, you tend to think differently. You tend to try to become more visionary. You try to think of what's possible because somebody else just showed you a result of what they've done based upon the work that they put in, based upon the hardships that they went through and the challenges they faced. So that's the curve. Ask them what they did, and guess what ends up happening? You ask them what they did, and it's going to help you through the whole process to actually become great at something specific. If you want to be a real estate investor, be around better, successful ones. If you want to be a real estate flipper, be around successful ones. If you want to know more about buy and hold, and you want to understand how they created their portfolio, be around people that have a crazy big ass portfolio of properties they bought over a course of 10, 15 years. They can give you all of the insights for you to truly become that next renter, or that next landlord that has 150 doors, if that's what you want. So that's something I've been realizing, that if you're around other people that inspire you, challenge you, educate you, they help you expand, then you're not living in a cage. You're actually exactly where you need to be. But if the people that are around you, and this is family, cousins, best friends, if they are the ones that aren't inspiring you, challenging you, calling you out on your shit, because all of us need to be called out at times, myself included, hey, that means that you just want status quo. You don't want nobody to tell you anything. You don't want nobody to say that you're doing something wrong, because if you feel a certain way about receiving criticism, then you really think that you're the best God gift, that's been made, or I guess I said that wrong, but God, or the gift of God, I guess you could say, or the gift of being in that, like, hey, I don't do nothing wrong. This is what do you call it? What I do. So everybody needs to see me, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I'll be the biggest, literally the biggest student, because there's always levels, and I got to speak on stage here at Wealthcon about all of this. This was really cool, on Saturday and Sunday, just to share my knowledge about what's been happening and how to overcome a lot of challenges and issues in this business. And I literally said that you got to get yourself in better rooms. And that goes to everybody that's watching. If you're listening to it, freaking badass. Awesome. And I hope you do. Please subscribe and respond and review it. And just, whatever feels, whatever you feel compelled to write, awesome. And if it's shitty, okay, great. Then write something shitty or write something awesome. Regardless, it is feedback. And that's something that you got to be okay with. People may not like me. People love me. Doesn't matter. People don't like you, but some people love you. So just know that it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're not doing it for gratification for other people, even though that's all what we want, right? Because I'll speak straight. Like, we all want that that great criticism or the great accolades to show other people that we've done it. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants the accomplishments. Everybody wants the, like, damn good job. But honestly, you know what? At the end of the day, if you're doing a good job for you and your family, then badass. Honestly, because that's all that matters. It's what you provide for your families, what you provide for your team, the people that show up every single day for you, with you. And I'm not even going to say for you. It's with you, because that's a big difference. People always tell me, hey, I want to work for you. No. I don't want no one to work for me. I want people to work with me and have this and share the same vision, so we know where we're going. Okay? So that's something that I wanted to touch on, and why I decide to connect myself with Pineda and all of the guys that were speaking. I mean, Brandon Turner talking about all the portfolios. Tommy Mello, who ended up freaking selling half of his company for $600 million. And you guys all know him, A1 Garage Doors. I mean, there was a gentleman too that sold a solar company for 40 or 50 million bucks. He has a plane, he has businesses, he has houses, he has commercial buildings. It's like, what are you doing to be around other people like that? Trust me, like, that's something that if you're around those kind of people, you're going to start thinking a little bit differently, because you kind of have to. You have to, because if you don't, then they're going to look upon you and they're going to look at you saying, like, okay, do you really want to change? Do you really want to become the best version of yourself? That means in business and faith and in physical, are you eating donuts every day? Are you really truly taking care of yourself? Are you really optimizing how you can show up every single day? And honestly, it is a fucking challenge. And I'm going to tell you, it's a straight challenge, because you just don't know what you don't know. And this is why I pay for coaching. This is why I paid for someone to tell me, hey, what do I need to eat so I become better at, better for me, right? Better for everybody else that shows up. And yes, just work out, Omar, eat better. Okay, but how do I do that? Sure, I can work out every day, but if you're not eating enough protein, it's not doing what it needs to do to your body to become super optimized and efficient. So I cut the curve. I paid somebody $5,000 who is absolutely jacked and ripped up, because I also want to be jacked and ripped up and create more energy because of that. So, guys, all these things I'm telling you about being in the rooms and paying to be in the rooms has changed my life, has changed the family's life. I've acquired more. I've showed up more. I've become more. And now we have multiple businesses that we run. And it's because of putting yourself in these environments. And if you're truly that egotistical and you don't want to learn from other people that might be 10 or 15 years younger than you, that's that whole part that ego means edging God out. You are not allowing yourself to learn. You're not allowing yourself to become more. Like, I'm 45 years old, and there's guys that are 33, 35 years old that are absolutely crushing it. So if you can't swallow your pride a little bit to truly be involved in these rooms, just because they're younger than you, doesn't mean that you can't learn something from them, honestly. 20 years younger, there's 26-year-olds that are making $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million a year just doing stuff online, that have never sold a property, that haven't done anything. So what's their secret? You know what their secret is? They just did the work. They just did the work. They showed up every freaking day and did the work and learned something. So, guys, I'm going to tell you this. Like, this is something that I hold close to me, is that I will note take you and then execute on certain things that need to be done in the business. And that's why it's so important to have that circle. It truly is. People that can elevate you, people that can inspire you, people that know how to push your buttons. I have a good group of friends that I can call and say, hey, listen, these are my struggles. This is the win we just did. Sometimes when you tell somebody a win, that you made X in a month, they might look at you and be like, really? Damn, I make that in a couple years. Notice what I just said. If you tell the people that are not inspired to grow, and they're okay being where they're at, and you tell them a huge accomplishment of like, hey, we made $100,000 this month. This is pretty badass. People that made $50,000, $60,000 a year, they're not going to have that same kind of like enthusiasm that you made that in a month. But they don't know the last 20 years of you been in this business, and then it led up to this 100K. Does that make sense? And I hope it's resonating with some of you. And if it resonates with one person, then this podcast was for you entirely. But I know it's going to resonate with more people, because this is just how it is. It's hard. Business is hard. Relationships are hard. Businesses are hard. Like, there is so much that goes on with all of this. And people backstab you. People talk shit. Get used to it, because if you're not doing anything big enough, no one's going to be talking about you anyways. So that's something that that I see, and it was humbling to hear a lot of people, let me know what they're going through and everything else. And and in closing, the keynote speaker at this event, no, scratch the closing part of it, because you know what? I'm going to do this. There's still something else I want to add. I was touched on Sunday for the service. Like, every time I go to this event, the Ryan has implemented this service, right? The Wealthy Kingdom. And I don't know if you guys, believe or not, but if you really think that, you're not getting through this life, and you're not getting through these challenges and obstacles in your life, and sometimes you wonder how the fuck you did it. Well, I could tell you, it's probably because somebody else has their hand on you and helping you. Whether it's a family member, whether it's somebody that passed away, whether it's somebody else that's coming to help you, there is another force that you probably don't want to admit. And honestly, sometimes I look at the stuff that I go through. It's like, how the hell did I get through this when we are like literally a month away from saying, shit, I gotta fold, I gotta do this, there's things that end up happening, and your own conviction comes out when you're around. Like, I say proximity is everything. Proximity is power. This proximity to people that actually feel something. I'm in the service and we're listening and I'm resonating with it, and I'm resonating with it, and I'm feeling a certain way, my own conviction, right? And then I feel like a little push and I feel like it's my dad telling me, hey, mijo, it's okay. Just let go. Just go pray. And I ended up doing so. And this is, something that really, I'm not going to say that I jumped immediately to go do, because all of us have, blockages. All of us have walls. All of us have these things of like, how are people going to look at me if I talk about it or if I express it? But I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, I'm going to express it, and that's it. And if you like it, great. If you don't, turn it off. It's fine, no problem. But I'll tell you this, that there is definitely something else that's helping. I don't care who you believe in, but you have to have some type of passion or purpose. You might have to create that purpose, and maybe creating that purpose is being around like-minded individuals, whether it's faith-based, whether it's spiritual, whether it's business orientation, whether, whatever it is. So, I was so compelled after this, and I'm crying and I'm getting emotional because I do miss my dad, and and then I think about my family, about my daughters, and about everybody else that I'm impacting. And sometimes you need help. You need help, guys, to push through this. I haven't drank in quite some time, and that's also another push. And I'm glad that I'm doing so, because it's like I am becoming more, I'm stripping away all the bad shit. And guess what? It's hard. It's 100% hard. So I was compelled to even make a video about faith, which I've never have. I've said it in some stories and such, and I haven't truly came out and said, hey, listen, this is, what it is. And this is just how I feel. So take it or leave it, and that's just how it is. And I did it, and it felt so great. It felt like there was a relief. And now it's like, hey, I feel great. I feel lighter. And it's weird how that happens. You put God in the forefront of majority of everything that you do, you will see the difference in 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. But the thing is, he'll call on the people that need it. You just got to be ready to receive it. And that's, and I'm not going to sit here and preach to you guys, but I'm just giving you my feeling on it. And that's what I wanted to share. And in closing, I had a good conversation with Andy Elliot. If you guys know him, he's freaking just absolutely a beast. And I had a conversation with him, and he said, listen, if you're not putting God in front of everything, then you'll never know what you're truly capable of. He said it. The guy's just an animal. And he is the sales coach. He is the motivator, but he wants to be completely optimized in his business, his health, his spirituality, and everything. And last time I checked, I don't know anybody that is in a circle of mine that's making $500K a day. So you can do the math, $16, $17 million a month. Crazy amount of income because he's had the most impact. Remember, the market will give you exactly what you put out in value. The market will give you exactly what you put out in value. Go become more valuable in the marketplace, and people will pay you, right? The market will pay you. And in closing, he said this, that all of us have a chance to get rebirthed, okay? And if you want to soar with some eagles, this is what you got to do. An eagle that hits 40 years old, it has two choices. One choice is going to be to die. The other choice is going to be to fly up to the mountain and start the rebirthing process. Rebirthing, super excruciating. It grabs its beak and smashes it against, this is its head smashing it against rocks to break his beak, because it starts curving down, and he has, it's an old beak, right? 40 years. And then the beak grows back, super sharp. It got rebirthed. Then it plucks all of its feathers, plucks it all off, so completely naked. Funny story. It's like, if you want to look at yourself in the mirror, feel like, hey, how confident are you? Take your shirt off. How confident are you? That's being naked. How confident are you to truly take your shirt off and say, yep, what's up, guys? I'm super optimized. Exactly. It's a reality check. Well, in this case, this eagle strips down completely. This is like a year, some months process too. Then after the what do you call, the feathers come back. Boom. He clips his talons, rips his talons out, which are the claws, right? Then he's prepared to live the next 40 years. But that process is completely excruciating for that eagle. But he's an eagle. and eagles fly and they soar. They're not chilling with pigeons. Pigeons have an easy life. The eagle has to decide, live or get rebirthed. So my question to you guys is, and I'm correlating this with everything I freaking do right now. Like, are you going to get rebirthed? Are you going to go and change? And what's crazy, the fucking change doesn't even be this difficult. Change what you eat, change what you drink, change who you associate with, change your outcome of people that you have around you. And if you need to elevate, you need to remove people from your circle, fuck it, remove them from your circle. Life will give you the people that you need, not the people that you want, if that makes sense. Because everything happens for you, not to you in life. Everything happens for you, not to you. From business partners, from friends, from people that you connect with, through your family members. People say that family isn't always blood, 100%. Because the ones with the blood sometimes are the ones that you need to remove. And that's shitty to say. Some of your friends you might need to remove. And I'm not going to say remove them, kick them out, and never want to see them again. No, just understand that they come from a different mindset. And you might just have to hear the information and pop out the other side. And don't let it affect you. Because at the end of the day, you don't tell anyone your vision. You just go and create it. And then you tell them what you had to do to get to this end goal. Everybody wants to get to the end goal, but they don't want to go through the bullshit that's needed to go get to that end goal, if that makes sense. So honestly, guys, I mean, it was a phenomenal event. Ryan Pineda, shout out to you, man. I always give you that love because shit, man, it's been an awesome blessing to be connected and to be close to you. And I've invested in you, and I've also received a lot. And I would say I received more than I have given, because I put myself in these environments, and it's been phenomenal. So, guys, I mean, that's what I got. Go out there, handle your shit, create your circle, and trim the fat of your circle as well, and you'll see something change. But in order for you to change, you have to fucking change. Period. So that's what I got. Expand with Omar. Make sure that you guys follow me. Make sure you guys, click the link, subscribe, and give us a good rating. I mean, I speak from the heart, and if you guys like it, just let people know. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.